Over the past 5 years, millions of Americans have packed their bags and started over in new states, new cities, and even rural towns. But this isn't just random movement. There are clear patterns driving this great migration. So, where are these people moving from, and where are they going to? Well, you probably already know some of the places from which people are fleeing and where they might be going. You might be surprised with some of the information I'll share with you in this video. So, whether you're planning a move, tracking real estate trends, or just fascinated by what's happening around the country, this one's for you. But before I dig into this topic, let's go ahead and get started right now. Hi, my name's Stephen. Along with my wife Leslie, we are local real estate agents here in the Shenandoah Valley and Charlottesville areas of Virginia, and it's our honor to help folks all the time, just like you, who are looking to sell a home or purchase a home. And just, if you're looking to do that, whether it's 9 days or 90 days, whatever the case may be, just reach out and call us, shoot us a text, send us an email, and we'll be happy to help you find your home here in the area as well. Additionally, if you like our channel, we'd be honored if you click that subscribe button, touch that bell icon so you don't miss a minute of Virginia Mountain Valley living, where we talk about not just the neighborhoods and homes in the neighborhoods, but a lot of the cool stuff in the area here as well. Okay, so let's get started, and here's a little roadmap, if you will, for today's video. We're going to look at where people are moving from and where they're moving to in both the United States and within Virginia as well. We'll look at the reasons why people are leaving certain places and the reasons why people are moving into certain places. So let's start by looking at where people are leaving. According to the latest U.S. Census data, over the last 5 years, the states with the biggest population losses are California, New York, Illinois, New Jersey, and Massachusetts. California tops the list, losing nearly 1.5 million residents. New York follows close behind, shedding nearly 1 million people. Illinois lost over 400,000, while New Jersey and Massachusetts saw losses in the hundreds of thousands as well. Now, most of the states on this list probably don't surprise you, but why are people leaving these states? Well, here's a handful of reasons why. First and foremost, the cost of living is a major factor. Housing in cities like Los Angeles, San Francisco, and New York City is sky high. I mean, take San Francisco, for example. The current median price of a home in San Francisco, according to Realtor.com, is $1.5 million. Now, even with what would be considered a well above average salary in most of the United States, San Francisco's median personal income is $122,500 a year, which won't go very far when it comes to purchasing a home in the city by the bay. And if you're renting, you're probably paying $3,000 or more per month in rent. Now, of course, California has many more areas like LA with its median home price at $1.1 million, with San Diego following closely behind it, just under $1 million. And it's not just the West Coast where owning your own home comes at a premium. We all know it's very pricey to live in New York City too, not to mention some of its suburbs where it's going to cost you even more. Now, these two places, it's probably not news to you. You've heard about these cities before, but the thing is, for many people, it's simply not sustainable, especially when you consider state income taxes and rising utility costs. Now, a second big reason people have left higher cost of living areas is because of the rise of remote work. The pandemic accelerated a shift that allowed people to work from anywhere, and suddenly they weren't tied to expensive urban centers anymore. People began asking themselves, well, why pay to live in a tiny apartment in the city when I can work from a larger home in a more affordable area? You know, Leslie and I have seen this shift as well, with multiple people who no longer want to be part of the hustle and bustle of a large city. They're looking for a place that has a slower pace of life and it's more relaxing, but with all the technological connectivity necessary in order to do that work from home. Now, people are also looking for outdoor recreational opportunities and the freedom to enjoy all the benefits of the great outdoors. And that's one of the great things about the Shenandoah Valley and Charlottesville areas. It has all of that, making it a very popular place to live. Now, there's also a cultural shift happening. Some residents are feeling disconnected from their home states or their home cities for a multitude of reasons, whether it be issues like crime or education, public policy, or like I say, a myriad of other reasons that are leading people to seek a state or an area within a state that better aligns with their values. But now let's go ahead and flip the script. What states are most people moving to? Well, over the same 5-year period, the states seeing the biggest population gains are Florida, Texas, North Carolina, South Carolina, Arizona, and Tennessee. Florida gained nearly 900,000 new residents from other states, while Texas wasn't far behind with about 750,000. North Carolina, South Carolina, Arizona, and Tennessee all saw significant increases as well. So, what's drawing people to these places? Well, it's no secret that some of the factors not found in the states that people are leaving can be found in these states, beginning with affordability. It's the most important factor by far. Many of these states offer significantly lower housing costs and, in some cases, no state income tax like Florida, Texas, and Tennessee. And that alone has a huge financial incentive, especially for retirees and remote workers. There's also a strong job growth in many of these areas. Cities like Austin or Charlotte, Nashville, Phoenix, they've become booming business hubs. Major companies are relocating or expanding in these states due to lower taxes, fewer regulations, and a growing educated workforce. Now, another big factor, the climate. Warm weather, year-round sunshine, and outdoor lifestyles appeal to everyone from young professionals to the snowbirds. And if you're moving from the Northeast or Upper Midwest, it's hard to ignore the idea of never having to shovel snow again. Now, personally, I think some of these states are very nice for half of the year, but I don't think I'd like the oven in Arizona and West Texas or the humidity and hurricanes in Florida. And not saying they aren't nice places, but probably just not for me. Now, here's a twist you may not have expected. It's not just state-to-state migration that's reshaping the U.S. It's a massive shift from urban areas to rural and small-town communities. And this is where living in much of Virginia's Shenandoah Valley and Charlottesville areas really hits home. But first, since 2020, non-metro or rural counties in the United States have gained nearly 1 million new residents. In fact, from 2023 to 2024 alone, rural counties grew by over 240,000 people, even as they naturally had more deaths than births. Now, that's almost unheard of in recent decades. So, what's causing this rural revival? Well, it's no surprise that the things we just mentioned about why people are moving from one state and into another are also reasons why people are moving out of large cities and into the country. Affordability, remote work, better lifestyle, and more safety. But here's a little sidebar. People are starting to leave popular relocation states like Florida as well. A growing number of baby boomers especially are trading crowded Florida retirement communities for quieter, more scenic locations in the cooler mountains and valleys in places like Virginia's Shenandoah Valley. They're looking for peace, lower costs, and fewer hurricanes, like I said before. And you know, Leslie and I have been able to help multiple people moving from Florida or Texas who want a change in the seasons. Now, they don't want the harsh winters like many of those northern states, so they find this area here in the Shenandoah Valley to be just right. It's not freezing cold in the winter, and it's not a sultry furnace in the summer. So, with that being said, let's talk specifically about Virginia. If you've been watching migration trends in Virginia lately, you may have noticed something interesting. Many Virginia residents are staying Virginia residents, but they're relocating within Virginia. And one of the most noticeable patterns is the growing number of Virginians leaving Northern Virginia. People from places like Fairfax and Loudoun counties are heading south to areas like the Shenandoah Valley and Charlottesville area. And this isn't just a fluke. It's part of a broader shift in how people want to live, work, and raise their families. And it says a lot about the changing identity of Virginia itself. As a matter of fact, I mentioned Fairfax County. Well, Fairfax County lost more residents than it gained since 2020, which is the first time Fairfax County has seen a decline in population since 1830, 200 years ago. Now, Northern Virginia has long been the economic powerhouse in the state. With its proximity to Washington, D.C., a booming tech sector and a booming government sector, top-ranked schools, and highly educated population, it's drawn in workers, families, and investors for decades. But recently, the very things that made it so attractive, like job density, rapid development, and high demand, are also some of the reasons people are starting to leave. First, let's talk about the cost of living. For many families, the price of staying in Northern Virginia has become nearly impossible to justify. For example, housing prices in Fairfax County regularly exceed $700,000, and rent for a modest two-bedroom apartment can easily top $2,500 a month. You know, we recently helped a single friend who was locating to Fairfax County, and it was over $1,000 a month to rent a bedroom and a house with 3 other people who all shared the common areas. I can also speak from experience. As a former resident of Fairfax County, the things up there have certainly changed since we left there in 1999, and when we bought our first single-family home for $134,000. But even for people today that have solid incomes, the pressure of keeping up with mortgage payments, property taxes, maybe HOA fees, and basic living expenses has become overwhelming. And for young families hoping to buy their first home, it's a really steep hill to climb. So it's obvious that the cost of living is one of the reasons why people leaving Northern Virginia and many additional regions are the same ones that we've talked about as to why people are leaving urban areas in general. These reasons and others are why we're seeing younger adults ages 25 to 44 leading the charge into rural areas. More young families and entrepreneurs are leaving the city behind and putting down roots in small towns. In fact, from 2020 to 2025, it shows the highest rural migration rate for young adults in decades. And what are these younger families looking for? Well, they all want more affordable real estate, lower stress levels, and good small town schools. This area is attracting people who want to raise children somewhere where it's a grounded area, it's safe, and yet still connected and having other access to other necessities like good healthcare systems and thriving local economies, but without being overwhelmed by city life. Now, that's one reason why the Shenandoah Valley and places like Stanton, Waynesboro, Augusta County, and Rockingham County are seeing growth. Rather than buying a small townhome in Northern Virginia, people down here can get a spacious detached home with land and a mountain view in the valley that it's just the quality of life that comes with it is absolutely amazing. And now let's talk about that quality of life and a lifestyle. Life in Northern Virginia, it moves fast. There's traffic, there are long commutes, there's constant construction, packed schedules, and the feeling that you're always just trying to keep up. And for many residents, especially those who transitioned to remote or hybrid work during the pandemic, the hustle just doesn't feel worth it anymore. That realization, combined with the flexibility to work from anywhere, has opened the door to a quieter, more intentional way of living. In the Shenandoah Valley and in Charlottesville, people are discovering a different pace of life, one that prioritizes community, outdoor space, and balance. I mean, imagine being able to hike in the Blue Ridge Mountains after you get done with work each day. Imagine your kids riding bikes in a neighborhood that's safe and where the neighbors actually know each other. Imagine spending less time in traffic and more time around the dinner table. That's the appealingness of the area, and it's attracting people of all ages. The small cities of Harrisonburg, Stanton, Waynesboro, and Charlottesville in particular offer more as well. Each of these has excellent restaurants, unique shopping experiences, and numerous arts and cultural activities. Additionally, the area is home to well-respected colleges and universities like the University of Virginia, James Madison University, and Mary Baldwin University, to name just a few. And for those who still need to travel to DC occasionally, it's only about 2 hours away by car. But it's not just younger families who are moving to the area, it's also those baby boomers who spent their careers in the DC metro area who are retiring to the Shenandoah Valley, not just for affordability, but for peace and beauty. It's a place where your retirement dollars go further, and where the natural surroundings from Skyline Drive to the rolling hills of the many vineyards in the area offer a lifestyle that's both enriching and relaxing. It's not just about leaving something behind. For most people, this move is about finding something better. A sense of peace, a better financial future, a stronger connection with people and with nature. So, if you're living in Northern Virginia or any state or place and you found yourself frustrated with the cost, the congestion, or the pace of life, it might be time to look at the Shenandoah Valley and Blue Ridge Mountain area. You know, this area isn't just a beautiful place on a map. It's full of communities where you can live more affordably, work more flexibly, and enjoy life more fully. And judging by the number of people who contact us, whether it be from out of state or lifelong Virginians, many are realizing just that. So, what does all this mean for you? Well, if you're considering a move, these trends can help you make a more informed decision about where you'd like to be. Whether you're chasing affordability, freedom, space, or a different lifestyle, our area offers opportunities that might fit your goals better than your current zip code. So, whether you're looking to raise a family or planning your retirement, consider how Virginia's beautiful mountains and valleys can help your money go further while still offering the beauty and peace you're looking for. Yes, Americans are on the move, and if you're one of them, please understand that Leslie and I are never too busy to help you find a better life in a wonderful home in our amazing area. So don't hesitate to reach out and call us, text us, email us, even Zoom call us, or even go to our website and allow us to help you fulfill your real estate dream. So, to those of you in the hustle and bustle of a city or in a place that no longer feels like home, I invite you to consider the possibilities of what could be here in our beautiful mountains and valleys. And who knows, in a few days or weeks, I might see you around town.